What's going on, guys? Tatiana Favors here, your tax business coach, and we are on the move today. Okay, I have a busy day, but I needed to film a video for y'all because it's a mutually beneficial thing, these videos. One, I like to give y'all the game, of course, okay? But two, I told myself, and I'm holding myself accountable, that I'm going to release a video every single week. Not anytime every single week, but Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every week, okay? Sometimes y'all get a surprise and y'all get two a week, but you'll definitely get the Monday drop. And so I got a lot to do today, and I just did not have the time to actually sit down and film a video. But I'm like, you know what? My audience is cool. I don't think they care where I am. I don't think y'all care if I'm doing a presentation. I don't think y'all care if I'm driving, standing still, looking at you the whole time, or whatever. I think you just care about the information that I'm giving. At least I hope I'm right. So we'll see. We will see. Y'all drop down in the comment box below and let me know if you're like, you know what? Nah, sis, I need eye contact, or I want a whole presentation. I don't like this, you want to move or whatnot. But hey, let me know. But today I want to talk about something. I want to talk about vision. So let's start there. I want to talk about the vision that you have for your tax business and how it's so very important for you to actually have vision as it pertains to your tax business, right? So the other day, y'all know I have an online tax business school called Tax Boss Academy, where we teach tax professionals how to start, build, and scale profitable and sustainable tax businesses, right? That's what Tax Boss Academy is for. That's what we've been doing now for 3 years. Tax Boss Academy has been in existence. Okay. I was talking to one of my newer students, and they just enrolled in the Tax Biz Setup program, which is a 4-week program. Just in the start, it's all about the setup of your tax business. So before we even get to pricing your services, marketing, all of that stuff, the first 4 weeks are solely based on you setting up your tax business. So what does that mean? That means all of your paperwork is in order, meaning you have all of your credentials, you have all of your legal business entity. Okay, so your paperwork is in order. Your tax business, we're going to get you compliance both federally and in your state. Okay, we want you to be a legal tax preparer and tax professional, and then also creating your strategic blueprint, okay, aka your business plan. And why that's so important is because if you don't know the trajectory of your tax business, if you don't know what the end result is, what you're working for, you're going to get stuck on the hamster wheel. You're going to get stuck just preparing taxes, tax season after tax season after tax season, and you're going to be busy. You'll probably make some money, but you won't be progressive, and you'll be self-employed versus a business owner. And if business ownership is your ultimate goal, then self-employed simply will not do. Okay, like, let's just keep it funky. Okay, so she's in that program. And side note, and I'll make sure I put it in the description box below. Open enrollment is coming up, and I'm having a founders discount. So for the first 20 people, you get $100 off of the cost of the Tax Biz Setup program, which is a 4-week program, and it's very affordable. Like, it's under $500, and you get $100 off if you're the first 20 people. Okay, like, stop playing, guys. Anyway, I'll put it in the description box below so you can read more about it. Anywho, back to vision. So she joined Tax Boss Academy as a whole. She joined Tax Boss Academy, paid full tuition. So, but she starts with the Tax Biz Setup program. That's how everyone starts. So she wants to talk about marketing. She wants me to look at her website. She wants me to look at her social media. She wants me to do an audit on everything, see, she wants me to do all the things, right? Which I do for my Tax Boss Academy members, for sure. She also wants to know, she has a niche. She wants to do truckers or whatnot. And she's just like ready to go with her tax business because she wants to be up and running by next tax season, which she will be, right? But I tell her, and I told her a good 3 times, I'm like, hey, we're going to get there. That's why we start so early in the year. Tax Boss Academy reopens April of every year because it takes time to really flush out the ideas that you have and to really build a successful and sustainable tax business, right? So she's just like, marketing, this, that, and the third, can you do this and all that? And I'm just telling her, hey, focus on the next 30 days. Just do what's in this program. It's 1 task per day. Just focus solely on the next 30 days because we're going to get to marketing. We're going to get to all of that. Don't even worry about it now or whatnot. So I told her, and so the 3rd time she asked me about it, I finally really broke it down to her because we were actually in a meeting and she showed up early. So she was, I was able to really talk to her one-on-one. And I'm going to tell y'all like I told her, right? I'm going to tell y'all like I told her. It's very important for you to set up your tax business appropriately because that really sets the tone for everything else that you have to do within your tax business to make sure that it's sustainable and all the things, okay? If you want to be respected as a business owner, number 1, you first have to own a business. If you're functioning as a sole proprietor, okay, meaning you're not an LLC, a corporation, or a partnership, which is a legal business entities, then you don't even have a business. You might be making money under a DBA or whatnot, but we're not playing those games. Let's create an official business, an actual business entity. So when you have an official business entity, you can access resources that only businesses are able to get, okay? So you want to become a business so you can have accessible resources as a business. You want business credit. You want loans. You want certain things that will help you fund your business. You have to be a business. They don't do that for sole proprietorships, okay? So you want to play the game how they wrote it. They gave us this rule book on how to play the game, so we need to play it, period, point blank, okay? So you need to become an actual business. You need to be legal. You need to be a legal tax professional, not only federally, but in your specific state, okay? You have to be in compliance because they are sending out nice little love letters to tax firms that are not in compliance, and those love letters have attached with them penalties, interest, things that will hit your pockets, which I know you don't want to happen, okay? Don't nobody have no money to be paying the IRS because we weren't in compliance. That is embarrassing. That's unprofessional. That's all the things. All of the above, okay? So not only do you want all of your paperwork in order, but let's go ahead and get to the vision part of it all. And that is encapsulated within your business plan, okay? Now, I know when I talk about a business plan, people are like, oh my gosh, you get overwhelmed immediately. You get anxious. You start sweating because you're thinking about this 30-page documents with graphs and bar charts and all of that and all the things, right? And yes, if you're trying to get funding or something, you might need an extensive business plan, sure. But with the business plan that I'm talking about is simply your roadmap. It's going to be used as your roadmap so you can have an idea of where your tax business is going and how you're going to get there, okay? You have to have at least an outline of your tax business. So specifically with her, and I'll use her as an example because I feel like this is speaking to someone here. She goes into the whole her niche is truck drivers, and she wants to file quarterly taxes for truck drivers. And then she's like, but I also want to do business owners. Like, she was kind of all over the place, but she said truck drivers. I said, okay. I said, well, let me ask you this. You say you want to file quarterlies for truck drivers. What type of quarterlies are you referring to? Because she also mentioned something about 941s, right? She mentioned something about 941s. And 941s are not exclusive for truck drivers. 941s are quarterly returns that people with employees file. So any business who has employees, okay, actual wage earner W-2 employees, they have to file 941s, which are quarterly returns. That isn't something exclusive to truck drivers. Now, there are other returns and filings that truck drivers have to file that's exclusive to them on a regular basis, on a quarterly basis, but she doesn't know what those are. She said 941s, those aren't it. So if you actually create a business plan to say, okay, what is my vision? Where do I want to take my tax business? This is where you sit down somewhere and you intentionally think about where you want to take your business. So for her and for all of you all, when I do teach, niche down. It's important to niche down your services because that's the quickest way to immediately separate yourself from everyone else who prepares taxes, right? If you are, instead of saying, hey, I prepare taxes for everyone, come give me money to give, for me to prepare your taxes, you can say, hey, I'm a tax specialist for truckers. I, specialize in tax preparation for photographers, makeup artists, police officers, what have you, okay? Real estate agents, whatever industry, whatever group of people you want to focus on, nonprofits, cryptocurrency people, like whatever, okay? It immediately separates you from everyone else. So that's why her niche was, truckers. But when you're thinking about the niche that you want to go with, also think about really, how do you want your tax business to go? Okay, where do you see your tax business to go? You have to ask yourself certain questions like, okay, what is the end result? If your tax business was clicking on all cylinders, if you're at the top of the top, you're making the money that you want to make, you have the team that you want to have, like, what does that look like? Okay, does that look like multiple locations for you? Does that look like one super successful location, single location? Does that look like franchising your tax firm? What does that look like to you? How are you making your money? What is the end goal of your tax business? Okay, and then let's okay. So that's a broad thing. Let's generalize. Well, let's make that a little less broad. Okay, say you want to, let's just go with her example, you want to deal with truckers or whatnot. Okay, you want to deal with truckers. Now, do you want to deal with truckers who work for themselves, who own their own businesses? Or do you want to deal with just truck drivers who work for other people, who get either, 1099s or W-2s? Which one do you want to work for? Which one do you want to go after? Okay, you want to file quarterly taxes for companies or for truckers only? Okay, what are the filings that truckers actually have to file? Now, when you niche down, the cool thing about niching down is that you go from solely tax preparation to a full service or full solution for your client. So instead of just only filing tax returns for truckers, now you can start filing their annual authorities. You can maybe start keeping up with their gas receipts and things of that nature. You can start keeping up with the things that they are required to keep up to keep their authority, to keep their credentials satisfied. Okay, So you now become invaluable to them because you are a full solution versus them having to come to you for tax preparation, them having to go somewhere else for accounting, them having to go somewhere else to, organize all of their paperwork so they can get their authority. You get what I'm saying? Like, you become a full solution at this point in time. And that is something that is desirable. Also, if we're thinking about it, as we move toward AI becoming more infiltrated into this industry, you're going to have to become a little bit more than just preparing taxes, because the basic tax preparation, that's going to be taken over by AI. So if you're just out here just filing basic tax returns without customer face-to-face, okay, then you're going to be X'd out. So to turn your tax company, and just to consider that, I'm going to talk about that in a whole nother video. I'm not going to get too deep into that now, but we'll talk about that in a whole nother video, like how you should, the considerations that you need to have when it comes to AI and your tax firm. That'll be another video. But once you identify all the things that you want in your tax business, as far as what the end result is, the solutions that you want to fulfill within your company and to your audience, all of those things or whatnot, then when you get to the point where you're marketing and you're pricing your services and all of that stuff is so much easier when you have your vision set, when you've identified your vision. It's like, okay, instead of being a tax preparer now, you went from just solely having a tax prep business to, okay, you know what? I want to be a full solution to truckers. I not only want to prepare their taxes, but I want to make sure that they stay in compliant. Oh, and by the way, I want to keep their books. Not saying you have to keep their books, but you can get somebody, you can partner with a bookkeeper, you can partner with an accountant to be a full source. You can create a conglomerate, if you will, in order to be your target audience's full solution. Okay? So when you're marketing, it's easier to convey your message to your target market, which are truck drivers. Hey, truck drivers, hey, do you need ABC, XYZ, things that specifically talk to them, things that they only know because you're talking to them specifically because you specifically solve their issue. Okay? You want to make sure that you have that ability to really have them stop scrolling, okay, as they're scrolling Instagram or whatever social media, and listen to you because you're talking their language immediately. And that's how you are so effective with your marketing. If you decide to do paid advertising with your marketing, okay, then your paid advertising will go so much further because you know exactly who you're pinpointing and you know exactly what to say to them. If you don't do all of the things in the beginning, like create your business plan and all of that, then when you start to market, it's going to go on deaf ears. You're going to start to market like everyone else in the tax industry is marketing, and quiet as kept, what everyone else is doing is not working how they tell you it's working. Okay? Trust and believe you. Trust and believe me. Your favorite tax pro up here is my client. They're real big. They have a real big reach or whatnot, but they are not getting results. That's why they became my client at some point in time and the other, because what they were doing was not working. Okay? All of that marketing, that copy paste stuff that you see on the internet, it does not work as effective as they will have you think. Okay? That's why you need to really take your business seriously. Sit down somewhere to really identify what makes you different, where you want to take your business, and figure out how you can create a business around the lifestyle that you want to live versus the other way around. Okay? Because I've done both. I've created my business around my lifestyle, and I've created my lifestyle around my business. And let me tell you that the former is much better. Creating my business around the lifestyle that I want to live is so much more valuable because it's my life. I don't want to spend the rest of my life working. I love giving y'all the game. I love watching the light bulb go off in people's eyes, but I also love spending time with my family and friends too. I also love having my phone on do not disturb. Okay, it's on do not disturb now. Okay, like I love being able to do what I want when I want to do it, right? I love both, okay? And so I don't want to never do the things that I love because I'm working, and vice versa. It has to be whatever makes sense to you. Some people call it balance. Some people just call it making sense, okay? But it has to make sense to you. And so when we're talking about a business plan, it's not a Miss America pageant, okay? It's not a Miss America pageant where you say, okay, I'm going to do this with my business. No. What do you want to do with your business? Where do you want to go? That's what you want? Is that what you want? Okay, let's create executable steps for you to get there. And that's exactly what we do in the Tax Biz Setup Program, okay? It doesn't matter what you want. I work with so many tax professionals, and each one of them want different things. So your business plan is customizable and it's specific to you, okay? And once you have that outline, that vision, it doesn't matter what that vision is. There is no right or wrong answer. It's yours. So no matter what that vision is, trust me, if it's yours and yours alone, and it's something that lives in your heart and something that you want to do, then A, you're going to figure out how to get there. But B, everything else is going to be so much easier when it comes to pricing your returns, when it comes to treating your customer support, when it comes to marketing, because you've done the work in the beginning to outline how you want everything to go. So now when it's time to do certain things, you automatically know exactly what you're going to do because you spent the time on the front end figuring out what those things are, okay? So you want to make sure that you have a vision for your tax business. A vision isn't, I want to make money and I want to be profitable. We know that, okay? You wouldn't be in business if you didn't want to make money and be profitable. If that was the case, you would have a tax hobby and not a tax business, okay? So we know you want to make money. We know you want to be profitable. What else? What is your vision? How do you see that happening? Okay. And then let's make that happen for you. So it's very important to have a vision. You know, you think that Amazon happened haphazardly. You think that Walmart happened haphazardly. No, these people, these industry titans, if you will, sat down somewhere and was very intentional about the gap that they are filling, the solution that they are providing to a certain group of people. Okay. And then they executed that. Same thing with your tax business. Don't just open up a tax business haphazardly because it's easy to do so. Because just as easy it is to open a tax business, it's also as easy to fail in that tax business and never go back. Okay, it's a lot of people out here failing, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with failure, but they're failing because they don't know what they're doing. They don't have guidance, and they didn't take the time and take their tax business serious enough to actually give it the TLC that it really required, okay, to be the sustainable and profitable firm that they want it to be, okay? So have a vision, guys. If you need help with any of this, click the link in the description box. Learn about the 4-week program, Tax Biz Setup Program, okay? Also, if you have any questions for me, schedule a call with me, okay? Schedule a free discovery call with me, and let's figure out how we can work together. Let's figure out how we can make your tax business dreams come true. All right, y'all. Until the next video, peace.